Welcome everyone, dear brothers and sisters. We welcome you to your channel, The Living Word. Before we start, remember to like the video, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss a thing. Share this video with your loved ones, as this knowledge can literally change a life. The signs are all around us, hidden in plain sight, yet so many remain blind to them. Certain people are everywhere now, quietly influencing governments, media, and even our daily lives. You might walk past them in the streets, scroll past them online, or hear their voices in your favorite shows, and never realize what they represent. Do you see them? The ones who signal that the end times are here? They are the generation foretold in prophecy, the final witnesses of a world on the brink. Their presence is unmistakable once you know what to look for. They move in patterns, spreading ideas, shaping opinions, and awakening or deceiving hearts, sometimes without anyone realizing it. From bustling cities to remote villages, their influence is everywhere, weaving into every corner of society. And make no mistake, this is no ordinary time. This is a final generation, the age where the spiritual battle between light and darkness becomes undeniable. You can feel it in the tension, the unrest, the moral shifts around you. The question is, are you ready to recognize them? Are you prepared to see the world as it truly is before it's too late? End times are here. These people are everywhere now, the final generation. Throughout history, prophets and scriptures have warned us about the signs that would appear before the end of the age. We are living in a time that many describe as the final generation, the last age before the world undergoes profound spiritual change. Every event, every movement, every person who appears to influence the world is part of this larger picture. The Bible, the Quran, and other sacred texts speak of a generation that will witness extraordinary events, moral decline, and spiritual deception. We see these signs unfolding today. Wars, natural disasters, moral confusion, and spiritual awakening occurring side by side. Understanding these signs is no longer optional. It is essential to recognize the forces at work in our time. Signs of the end times. Purpose. Give examples of visible signs and explain their significance. Script example. Look around the world, and you will notice a pattern emerging. People are moving in ways that prophecy has described, spreading ideas that divide, influencing governments, and steering the direction of society. These individuals are not random. They appear at the specific time to fulfill the role of this final generation. Some signs are unmistakable: moral decay, mass confusion, global unrest, and spiritual deception. Leaders rise and fall almost overnight. Movements spread rapidly across continents. Technology allows influence to reach millions in seconds. The people behind these changes are everywhere, sometimes disguised as activists, influencers, or thought leaders. The scriptures warned us to be vigilant. They said that before the end, deception would be at its peak, and the hearts of many would be hardened. Yet, some would recognize the signs and prepare their hearts. Are you among them? Stories/real-life examples. Purpose. Make it relatable with storytelling and concrete examples. Script example. Consider the rise of movements that seem harmless at first, but subtly alter morality and values. Think of individuals appearing in global media, spreading messages that challenge faith, family, and truth. Even in small towns, these people influence minds, shaping opinions in ways most do not notice. One real-world example is the spread of ideologies through social media. Millions follow leaders who appear charismatic, wise, or insightful, but their influence often leads to confusion and doubt. In a subtle way, these people are everywhere, in schools, workplaces, online, and in government. Stories of people being misled, losing their way, or awakening spiritually illustrate this battle. Every event, every interaction, is part of a larger spiritual war. For believers, recognizing the patterns and staying grounded in faith is critical. The final generation will witness both great deception and incredible spiritual awakening. Spiritual insight/explanation. Purpose. Teach the audience what it means spiritually and how to discern truth from deception. Script example. This is not just a physical battle. It is a spiritual one. Every generation faces trials, but this generation is unique. The people appearing everywhere are either instruments of deception or awakeners of truth. Their role is crucial in fulfilling prophecy. Scriptures emphasize discernment, Test all things. Hold fast to what is good. The final generation must be spiritually awake, able to recognize who spreads truth and who spreads lies. Ask yourself, are the people influencing you leading you closer to light or further into darkness? The signs are evident, but it requires wisdom and vigilance to see them clearly. Faith, prayer, and study of sacred texts are your shields against deception. Reflection and urgency. Purpose. Engage viewers emotionally and encourage them to act spiritually. Script example. Look at the world around you. There's unrest, moral confusion, and spiritual warfare raging openly. The people appearing everywhere are not coincidences. They are signs. The final generation is witnessing these events, and time is short. Reflect. Are you spiritually prepared? Are your faith and conviction strong enough to withstand deception? Every decision matters in this generation. This is the age where spiritual awareness is no longer optional. It is essential for survival and salvation. Do not wait until it is too late. Open your eyes, strengthen your spirit, and recognize the signs. The world is changing rapidly, and the people appearing everywhere are part of the unfolding prophecy. The end times are a period foretold in Scripture when the world will face unprecedented spiritual, moral, and societal upheaval. Prophets across generations have warned that before the final day, signs would appear: wars, natural disasters, moral decline, and widespread deception. These events are not random. They are signals pointing to a world on the brink of transformation. Central to this prophecy is the concept of the final generation, the people living at the very end of this age who will witness these extraordinary signs firsthand. This generation will see the culmination of long-predicted events, where spiritual truths and deceptions will collide openly, and the forces of light and darkness will become undeniable. Understanding these signs is crucial, for they reveal who is influencing the world, why certain movements are rising, and how each of us can remain spiritually vigilant in a time when clarity is rare and deception is widespread. Signs of the end times. Look closely at the world today, and you begin to notice a pattern emerging, a pattern that Scripture has long foretold. Wars erupt seemingly overnight, natural disasters strike in rapid succession, and moral decay spreads through societies like wildfire. These are not isolated events. They are signs of the end times, the age when the final generation will witness the culmination of prophetic warnings. One of the most remarkable signs is the presence of certain people who seem to appear everywhere, shaping opinions, guiding movements, and influencing governments. Some are spiritual leaders, offering messages of hope, but others are false prophets, disguised as truth-tellers while spreading deception. Influencers in media and technology subtly steer culture, while corrupt leaders manipulate societies for personal gain. The influence of these individuals is felt globally, from bustling cities to remote villages. Their presence is unmistakable once you learn to recognize it. The Bible and other sacred texts provide clear warnings. In Matthew 24, Jesus spoke of a time when deception would increase and many would be led astray. In 2 Timothy 3, Paul described a generation consumed by selfishness, pride, and moral decline. What we see today mirrors these descriptions. A world distracted by materialism, entertainment, and false ideologies, while the true spiritual battle rages unseen. Consider how social media amplifies these influences. A single voice can reach millions in seconds, shaping thought, behavior, and even belief systems. Movements that seem benign at first, trending challenges, viral ideologies, or charismatic leaders, often carry subtle seeds of deception, leading hearts away from spiritual truth. Even in politics, we see leaders whose actions contradict moral principles, yet millions follow them blindly, reinforcing patterns of influence foretold by prophecy. The final generation is marked not only by witnessing these events, but by recognizing the people behind them. These individuals, whether spreading light or darkness, appear everywhere because their roles are integral to the unfolding of the end times. They are instruments of change, testing faith, revealing truth, and exposing the world to spiritual realities that were once hidden. Are you able to see them? The signs are unmistakable. Rapid societal shifts, moral confusion, global unrest, and a surge of people whose influence touches every corner of life. Scripture urges vigilance, warning believers to remain spiritually awake, discerning truth from deception, and preparing their hearts for what is coming. The final generation is alive today, and the presence of these people is one of the clearest indicators that the end times are not distant. They are here, unfolding before our very eyes. Story/real-life examples. To truly grasp the signs of the end times, we must look beyond abstract ideas and see the people and events unfolding in our world today. These are not distant stories. They are happening in our cities, our communities, and even online, reaching millions within seconds. Consider the rise of certain spiritual leaders who gain influence seemingly overnight. They appear on television, social media, and public stages, captivating audiences with messages of hope or wisdom. Yet, upon closer examination, some of these figures are leading followers into confusion, promoting ideologies that contradict timeless truths. Their reach is staggering. Millions are affected by every word, every gesture, every post. Even subtle changes in their messages can sway thousands, guiding hearts away from spiritual clarity. Then there are influencers and celebrities whose popularity extends far beyond entertainment. They shape culture, morals, and behavior, often unintentionally acting as agents of change in society. A viral video, a trending hashtag, or a single statement can normalize ideas that were once considered unthinkable. These people appear everywhere, on our phones and magazines, across news outlets, and their presence impacts the moral fabric of entire generations. In politics, we witness leaders whose actions and policies challenge ethical norms, often gaining immense support despite widespread controversy. Their decisions affect millions, creating global ripple effects that fulfill prophecies of unrest and division. The final generation sees these patterns clearly. Leaders rising and falling in quick succession, societies being influenced by a few powerful figures, and the moral compass of nations swaying under subtle manipulation. Even in everyday life, ordinary individuals participate in these patterns. People spreading ideologies in classrooms, workplaces, and social networks become carriers of cultural and spiritual influence. Sometimes their intentions are pure, other times misguided, but the effect is the same. Hearts are swayed and societies shift. Let's look at some vivid examples. In a major city, a youth leader hosts workshops teaching young people to question spiritual truths, blending motivational talks with subtly dangerous philosophies. Students leave inspired, unaware of how their beliefs are being reshaped. Across the globe, a single social media influencer reaches millions, promoting lifestyles that glorify materialism and self-interest. Their posts trend worldwide, subtly normalizing behaviors that Scripture warns against. News reports reveal politicians making decisions that prioritize power over morality, creating chaos in communities. These leaders appear everywhere, in press conferences, on screens, and in debates, yet their influence is often overlooked until it is too late. These stories are more than coincidences. They illustrate the spiritual and societal patterns that define the final generation. The people appearing everywhere, leaders, influencers, spiritual guides, and even ordinary individuals, play roles in shaping the world as Scripture predicted. They are signs of the times, both warnings and wake-up calls. As viewers, you must ask yourself, are you aware of who is influencing your thoughts and beliefs? Can you see the patterns unfolding before your eyes? The final generation is alive today, witnessing unprecedented events, and recognizing these stories is crucial for spiritual vigilance. The battle is not always visible, but the effects are undeniable. Every decision, every interaction, and every influence contributes to the unfolding prophecy, and those who are spiritually alert can discern the truth amid the noise. Spiritual insight/explanation. The events and people we have discussed are not just news stories or random occurrences. They carry profound spiritual significance. The end times are as much a battle for hearts and souls as they are for nations and societies. Every individual who appears to influence the world, whether a leader, a social influencer, or a charismatic speaker, plays a role in the spiritual landscape. Some are instruments of light, guiding people toward truth and righteousness. Others are agents of deception, subtly leading hearts away from faith and clarity. This matters spiritually because the choices we make now determine our alignment in the unfolding spiritual conflict. Scripture warns repeatedly that deception will increase in the last days and that many will be misled. False teachings, Worldly distractions and persuasive rhetoric will be everywhere, and those who are not spiritually alert risk being swept away by the tide of confusion. Recognizing truth from falsehood is not always easy, but there are clear markers to watch for. Truth is consistent with timeless spiritual principles. It uplifts, guides, and points people toward righteousness, faith, and obedience. Deception, on the other hand, often appeals to pride, material gain, or fleeting popularity. It encourages shortcuts, compromises, and moral relativism. Spiritual discernment comes from grounding oneself in Scripture, prayer, and reflection, and by observing the fruits of people's actions rather than simply their words. Distractions are everywhere. Entertainment, social media, political debates, and even seemingly harmless cultural trends can blur the lines between right and wrong. The final generation must learn to pause, reflect, and question. Who is influencing me? What is the intention behind their message? Does it lead toward light or darkness? Remaining alert also requires vigilance over our own hearts. Spiritual deception does not only come from external forces. It can begin with our own desires, pride, or complacency. The end times call for heightened awareness, humility, and active engagement in spiritual life. Prayer, meditation, and study of sacred texts become shields against manipulation, helping believers distinguish authentic guidance from subtle lies. Ultimately, the spiritual lesson is clear. The people who are everywhere now are markers of the times. They are testing faith, revealing hidden truths, and challenging the spiritually awake to recognize the signs. By discerning carefully, remaining vigilant, and seeking divine wisdom, the final generation can navigate these turbulent times with clarity, conviction, and courage. The world may be full of deception, but light persists for those who choose to see it. And for the final generation, seeing clearly has never been more urgent. Now is the time to pause and look closely at the world around you. The signs we've explored, the people who appear everywhere, the moral shifts, the spiritual battles, are all unfolding in real time. The question is not if, but when these events will reach their full impact. The final generation is alive today, and each of us has a choice: to remain unaware and be swept along, or to open our eyes and prepare our hearts. Ask yourself, are you ready for what's coming? Are you spiritually awake, discerning the forces at play in your life and in the world? It is easy to become distracted by everyday concerns, entertainment, or social trends, but the time for spiritual vigilance is now. Complacency is dangerous because the subtle influences of deception can take root quietly, changing the trajectory of your faith and your life. Consider the people who are everywhere today, influencing millions in ways you may not even notice. Their presence is a wake-up call, a visible marker that the end times are not distant. They are here. The world is shifting quickly, and those who fail to recognize these patterns risk being caught unprepared. But this is not a call to fear. It is a call to awareness, reflection, and decisive spiritual action. Take a moment to evaluate your own life. Are your beliefs grounded in truth, or have distractions led you to compromise? Are you standing firm in faith, or are you swayed by popular opinion, culture, or fear? The final generation must cultivate discernment, humility, and courage. Spiritual preparedness is not passive. It is an active pursuit of truth, prayer, and alignment with divine guidance. The urgency is real, but there is hope. By recognizing the signs and the people who are shaping this age, you can navigate the days ahead with clarity and purpose. Strengthen your faith, watch carefully, and remain alert. The final generation has a unique opportunity to see the world as it truly is, to understand the forces at work, and to respond with wisdom and conviction. Are you ready to step into this responsibility? Are you awake, aware, and aligned with truth? Now that you've seen the signs, heard the stories, and reflected on the spiritual truths of our time, take a moment to examine your faith and your actions. Ask yourself, am I spiritually alert? Am I living in alignment with the truth that guides me through these turbulent times? Reflection is the first step toward preparation, and preparation is a shield of the final generation. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share this message with others, so they too can recognize the signs and understand the forces at work in the world today. Every person who wakes up to the reality of these times becomes a beacon of awareness, helping others navigate the challenges ahead. Your actions can have a ripple effect, spreading clarity, hope, and vigilance to those around you. For more insights, guidance, and prophetic understanding about the end times, subscribe to this channel. Each message is designed to equip you spiritually, helping you stay alert and grounded amidst the growing confusion and deception in the world. Remember, while the times are urgent, there is hope. God's plan is unfolding, and those who remain faithful, watchful, and discerning will find strength and clarity. Stay vigilant, stay faithful, and trust that even in these challenging days, light prevails over darkness. The final generation has a unique opportunity to witness, understand, and act with wisdom. Don't let it pass you by. If you like this video and want to learn more about good ways to communicate with respect and kindness, then like this video to support the message. Subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Share this video with your loved ones so that together we can spread more kindness. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Tell me in comments what question has ever made you uncomfortable and how you'd like people to communicate with you. See you soon for a new video. Thank you for watching. God bless you.